What about me singing?
Then what are you singing?
I already sang.
No, that's not. Maybe.
Tetsuya aboard his love interest.
Don't tell nobody. Spoilers.
That was just like a legitimate conversation we just had. Is that really going to be the cold open?
Yes, she bored his girlfriend. I'm upset.
Don't tell anyone. That's a spoiler.
It's 30 years old. No, it's 40 years old.
It's 40 years old.
God. Freaking boomers. I like watching Friends with my grandma. It's the best.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's the theme song.
A bootleg Indonesian version of Friends. It is me, Joey. I am the only friend.
I'm the only friend. The year 2019. Everyone hates each other.
I hate you.
Oh no.
It's because everyone's on drugs most of the time and life sucks.
God, I love Robitussin.
There's only one way to save the world and save each other. In the year 2019,
I eat 'em like candy.
3 gang members.
Hey, what's up?
Why are we a
The
gang?
3 gang rolls out to watch Akira to learn how history went down. What's up, guys?
rebranding?
Welcome to the 3 gang.
Hi.
This episode is actually brought to you by our Patreon. You can find us out on patreon.com/A-Weebros or look on Twitter. I was gonna say Facebook. We don't have a Facebook. Or YouTube or Twitter at 3Weebros on both of them. And yeah.
Hi.
But anyway,
Thanks for the epic intro.
It's pretty epic.
Thank you. The person riding down the street, but actually not riding on anything. That's Garb.
Hold on. I gotta set up the joke. I don't have the prop I need. I have the joke in my head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't have a pencil, so I'm going to use a pair of pliers for this joke.
Wow, I love that sound.
The joke is that I'm riding.
That's a good one.
And not
the
riding.
motorcycle that's writing his daily memoir. Well, that's Pino.
Where are my fingers? How am I supposed to write my memoir without my fingers? Oh, I'll just do little figure 8s on the floor. Oh, I crashed.
And the jukebox who's stuck on.
Aw, he's dead.
You're the jukebox.
Hey, can
The
I have a
jukebox
bite?
that's stuck on What's New Pussycat. Well, that's me, Chuck. What's new, Pussycat? Whoa. And repeat that for a while. Thank you.
No, please don't. Yeah, that was I have a drink in my hand.
I'll just layer Pino clapping like 10 times over.
Here, I'll do a separate clap.
Cool.
Yeah, I
That's a sick beat
give you
you're
a little,
laying down, my friend.
Gave you a little Latin inspiration right there.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
Wow.
If
If a beat comes from a Latino person,
Why haven't
and
we
it's
ever
not
used
in
that
the-
before? That's perfect.
I don't know. But it's not of the Latin genre. Is it still a Latino?
Nah, it's a Cuban Pete.
Or is it just a Latino's Pete?
Guys,
let's continue.
if you know the answer to that question, tweet at us or email us.
That's the question of the day. What is a Latino?
Yeah, that's our question.
A Latino.
No. What was the second one you said? There's like. Okay, well, email us at funkyenemypodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that's funkyenemypodcast@gmail.com. Or tweet at us at 3Weebros. Anyway, every other week, this week is though we watched Akira.
We haven't missed any week.
No, never, not once. Nope, never.
Never. I can't remember
we
the
watched
last
Akira.
time I saw this. Oh!
Hey, gamers, we watched Akira.
Whoa.
So,
it was
right into it. Well,
epic, dude.
Akira's pretty important, and I thought that since Akira takes place in 2019, why not?
I see. So you literally jumped right into it.
Yeah, I didn't know it took place.
I jumped right into it.
Okay.
So, Akira's a movie that was released
a movie.
July.
We haven't watched the movies in the last season.
Yeah, we haven't watched a movie since like 5 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a movie. It was released July 16th, 1988. It was produced by Manichi Broadcasting System, Kodansha, and Toho.
Get it
and
out.
then licensed by a
Get it
bunch
out,
of
buddy.
people. And made by
Japanese
Tokyo
is a very
Movie
syllable
Shinja.
language.
And they do a lot of movies. Like they have done basically all the Detective Conan movies.
Dude,
and,
I love Conan O'Brien.
And then they did Lupin the Third.
Dude.
So, in
I was
Space
gonna
Cobra.
make an
I don't know what
untasteful
that is.
joke, so I'm gonna
Make it.
No.
Make it. I'll bleep it out if need be.
I love Selena Gomez.
That's not tasteful.
Yeah.
That's
No.
just your likes.
No, because she has.
It's not even controversial.
Okay, you gotta bleep that out.
I'm not.
Please. I love Selena
No,
Gomez.
no.
No, I'm serious, dude. Selena Gomez is bae.
Anyway. Akira,
No, you know
it's
that
a
Vanessa
movie.
Hudgens is
We
bae,
know.
and that Hillary Duff is bae. Don't get me started on Selena Gomez.
We didn't. We didn't even mention her once, and you got yourself started.
You got me started. Okay, Selena Gomez. This week we watched Wizards of Waverly Place. Okay,
All of it.
all
We
of the
watched
Wizards
it.
of Waverly.
We watch all of the Wizards of Waverly Place. All
All of
6
it.
seasons. How many seasons?
That's a lot of seasons.
We all know that
Wizards
Alex is
of
that Selena Gomez's big brother in the show is Best Grill. Okay, thank you.
No,
Next
Jake
week.
T. Austin. There were only 4 seasons.
Wow, really? There was a movie.
Yes, there was. I watched it.
I liked the
It was
movie.
okay. No, there were 2, or was it a special? And then
Might have been. There were a couple specials.
Yeah. There's a. It's basically a fucking movie. Whatever. Anyway, we're way off track. Akira's a movie that was released 40 years ago.
Wow.
And it's important for a lot of reasons. But before I jump into this, I assume you guys have heard of Akira before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before we started watching it.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, just a couple days before I went to watch this, AVGN uploaded a video that I have not seen yet, but it made me more interested that it was something that he
I
was
didn't know
covering
that.
too. I was like, whoa,
Well,
this
yeah.
is something he's just now getting around
But
to.
no
Yeah.
other prior
So, I don't really know
influences to it. You don't know.
anything. Well, watching it now, I can see that a lot of stuff that I do enjoy has taken inspiration from
Yeah.
this. So,
And
but nothing
about you,
direct.
Pino?
So I also don't have any prior experience with Akira. I knew Akira was like a thing. I knew it was important for some reason. I just anytime I would see anything related to it, I really couldn't understand. I was like, okay, there's a red guy, there's a motorcycle, there's a guy who's screaming and that's kind of about all I knew about Akira. So I've come in completely blank.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
Akira it's pretty cool. It's pretty important because Akira was actually one of the first anime movies to be brought into the U.S. to have theatrical screenings. The only one before that was technically it was
Pocahontas, I knew it.
no, that's not
Mulan, I
that's not the
knew it.
one. Nope, you're getting there. You're so close. It's no.
Mickey Mouse Strikes
no.
Back.
You're close.
You dropped
Kingdom Hearts
something,
release.
bucko? Hacha!
I've come to kill.
That'll teach you.
No, Valley of the Wind. It's like Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, which was actually trimmed down 25 minutes to, like, be good. So it was bad. This was like the first one that kind of was a full anime. It did have a dub,
was a good
obviously,
movie.
but it's still a. This was
kind of like the foreign.
I actually looked up
it's
some of the stuff
foreign.
because this was released in 1988, which other movies that released at that time were like Land Before Time,
Okay, hey,
Oliver
yo.
and Company,
Shout out to Bigfoot.
and
W
Who
Littlefoot.
Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah, I'm like, Bigfoot's dead, bro.
No spoilers.
Yeah,
This was,
exactly.
like, violent. This was not for.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's
That
not
was
for
the
the
biggest
same
thing
demographic
because a
as
lot of
those.
people, like all the American anime fans that like went through the 90s watching a lot of that stuff, this was their catalyst for a large group of anime fans, which like the first kind of wave.
Okay.
So that's why it's so important to.
I see.
Yes, this was
Before
way
Dragon
before
Ball really hit, because
Absolutely
Dragon Ball
not.
was not being dubbed.
Dragon Ball wasn't
Dragon
even
Ball was
out
not being
yet.
dubbed at that time.
Pretty sure? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty
No,
sure
I'm
it was
pretty sure
out.
Dragon
It
Ball was
just was in Japan.
1986.
Dragon Ball's a lot older than we think. Don't just remember that.
No, but I thought not the anime. I thought I know the manga was being written.
Maybe it was just
but
Dragon Ball.
Maybe
Dragon Ball was. Oh yeah,
But
no, you're
this
right.
was-
1986.
Yeah, it was Dragon Ball.
1989. No, you're right.
I told you.
I was wrong.
Hey.
the one
yeah,
thing
but
I
Dragon
know
Ball.
is Dragon Ball.
Really good, but we're gonna talk about that a different time. But Akira. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just part of
Yeah.
the history. How you were saying it comes in waves, and the Akira wave.
Akira
helped push stuff like
absolutely.
Dragon
Also,
Ball
during
later,
that
which then
time,
got
it was
anime
nearing
really big.
the tail
Yeah.
end of the golden age of anime. It's like what people like to call it because this was right around Japan on an economic high, so they had money to spend for entertainment stuff like that.
Ah.
Oh,
so
that makes sense. That's like a
yeah,
lot of money
so
they poured into it.
This was like the 80s after the war and the economy started getting back better. Yeah, so
I see.
Akira had a huge influence on both Western and like Eastern animators because this was a massive like spanning story. It wasn't as let's say as big of a culture shock in Japan because obviously it has like the post-war vibes from the first scene, which is a huge like explosion over a Tokyo like city. But it was still a massive success in Japan, and so a lot of people have seen it, a lot of people have drawn from it. There's a video online that shows just the bike scene where you see the bike sliding out on everyone who's kind of copied that style to pay homage to it, and there's so many that both in Eastern and Western animation that plays off of that. Yeah.
And not just animation.
Not just
It's-
other
it's
media.
insane.
Other
Myself
media,
when I
too.
get out of bed in the morning.
Pino drifts himself out of bed every morning. He does it really well.
There's a real number on my feet, though.
Yeah, he's got to wear some socks so we can slide a little bit better.
Yeah, it doesn't help that now my wall is just a hole. So
It's just more space to skid.
you know what? I like the way you think.
So much more room for activity.
Yeah, so much room for activity.
This is great. You guys have turned my eyes upside around.
That's
Now
not
we can
healthy.
Where'd you go?
No, it's
I'm not crying.
But yeah, so it's really important for like animation in general. I don't want to sit on this point too much, and obviously this isn't going to really affect my view of it too much, and I hope neither to you guys because
No.
Well, I have something to follow up on that, so continue.
no, but
Continue your
it's
statement
important, but I don't want like for everyone listening to this, don't want them to think that just because it's such an important piece of media that we're going to treat it like some sort of god figure. Like this is the perfect anime. This will never be topped ever.
Yeah.
Because that's stupid.
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect.
Not even.
I just want to say real quick
Yes.
that the way I consume certain media,
Crunch.
part of my appreciation for it is its historical value. Like retro video games, those have a historical value into what video games we know
Some might
today.
say they
Yeah.
belong in a museum. Why are you laughing? I'm pointing out something.
Shut up, Pino.
Oh my god,
Fine.
you guys are. I can't ever.
My point is that it probably will affect my rating,
Yeah.
but not in a
Yeah,
detrimental
no,
amount.
it's not going to tip the scales one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's time to tip the scales.
I knew it.
Anyway,
Angry Pino.
yeah, and also,
Gives me life.
since let's just slide back into where we were talking before tangents and all that sort of stuff. I had only watched this about a year or two ago for like the first time.
Okay.
So this is my, I think, third time watching this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it's
So you've seen it a couple times.
yeah. Well, it's only 2 hours, so it's not a huge chunk out of my day. It's not like someone watching One Piece every year or something.
What do you mean? No one watches One Piece. Nobody likes One Piece. Just
I can't believe it.
Just look at those top charts in Japan. Nobody's reading One Piece.
Yeah, no. Shonen Jump's a lie.
Guys, you're just making it all up. What the hell's a My Hero?
Who the hell is this?
Who's this green Naruto? Blonde sauce.
Okay.
Boruto's dad. What?
Brown bricks?
Minecraft.
I love.
We are so stupid. Anyway.
This is the one episode I wanted to actually talk about the
Me
anime
too,
for, and here
actually.
we are getting off
Well,
track.
see, like, that's the thing. That's the best. Hey, everyone, that's the best part of the show. Because we could talk about anime and be stupid. That's how it is. Anyway, let's get right into the presentation. So, it's real good.
Yeah, it's real.
Just-
Just very smooth.
Just,
I like
just straight up. Yeah.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
Yes.
The backgrounds were so good that I didn't even want to give Chuck
Oh,
I'm saying it.
I
They
can
were
understand
so
it, right?
good.
That's the thing about, well, obviously because it is a theatrical release, it's
Yeah.
you can't really rank it upon different like contemporaries nowadays, even then. But like, just to put you guys in sort of a perspective, this cost 1.1 billion yen to make, or about $9 million.
In 1988.
In 1988.
That's a lot
I
of
can
money.
buy a
It's-
gumball.
It's a lot.
A gumball, just the one.
Yeah, I'd save the rest though. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it.
But
I could actually afford
just so you know, it's just very important to know how freaking expensive.
It was a huge project.
Yeah, it was because it was actually made through several different companies
Oh.
to collaborate and
Okay, yeah.
and a couple of
one can
these
storyboard, then one can.
Well, a
yeah,
couple of
yeah.
these also, like those companies, some of them went bankrupt because it was just such an expensive project.
What?
Yeah,
That's
It's-
crazy.
yeah, so-
this movie killed companies.
it did. Well, like
It didn't just
the
kill.
thing is-
It didn't kill.
and that's and
No, I will wait.
but that's actually one of the reasons why something like to this scale wasn't attempted for such a long time, because it set a bar so
Yeah.
high, but the risk of failing was also extremely massive.
Oh, yeah. Just imagine if it crashed. I don't think there would be
Yeah.
such a big of a anime presence here in the
'Cause this
States.
was-
And maybe
Absolutely.
even in Japan, actually.
Oh yeah.
It has such a cult, and the funny thing about this is, it didn't even make back all of that money in Japan.
Oh.
It only
Okay,
made it
in
back.
Japan.
Yeah, it only made about
I get it.
750 million yen back. So, like 3/4 of the budget. And it did have like moderate success outside, but not to, at least not the original release. Brought in enough to really say that that's something that you should do again. You know, like it's the ends didn't justify the means.
The memes.
So, no, that's not what I said. But okay,
I'm sorry.
So the backgrounds, I'll just get that out of the way because Gar brought it up, is so good. It's
so good.
And a lot of the backgrounds in this anime were actually only used like once or twice. Which is insane.
Yeah.
Like the bar,
And you can-
which has such infinite amount of detail. If you can, a lot of parts in this movie, you can pause and look for like different frames, and it's
so dense.
It really is. There's so much information in every single frame.
It really sets the world.
Yeah,
Like, you really get to understand this world that you are observing.
That's why I love the background so much. It's the world building.
And you can tell the little tricks they used, because there's one point where it's supposed to be a light flashing really slowly, blinking, and you can tell where they layered it over on top of the other, and they had to draw another one because it didn't quite line up. And it's just little things like that, because they didn't have Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah,
then.
this was all. I think all of it was practical, like all hand drawn. I don't think any of it was to the point, because it's insane. It's insane how much work and effort was put into it. Now, at like today's perspective, you could probably make something close to this caliber for much less money, mostly because of digital animation. But like this is like one of the shining examples why I love hand drawn animation so much. There's such a personality to it. Like that's why I love like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z over watch even Dragon Ball GT over Super to a point, because the animation is phenomenal, but you can tell that like every like pencil stroke and everything was like done by hand. So
it's crazy.
And you can see that more than anywhere when it first became profitable to do it digitally, because like the early 2000s anime where some looks were not ideal, for sure, but now it's looking good. And animation wise, animation's so smooth. They did a lot of the more dense animation on ones, so a little bit of animation terminology. Most animated things are done in it's done in 24 frames a second, which is like the traditional way that projectors and old film cameras did it. So that just stayed the course. So whenever they say they animate it in twos, they animate every 12, like once every other frame, so 12 frames a second. But for like a lot of the smooth stuff, that was all in ones. So there's a couple scenes that are like, yes, everything's beautifully done, animation's flawless, but some parts you're like, what the fuck? How'd they get that so smooth?
Yeah,
but there's
a lot of
phenomenal.
parts, actually.
Oh yeah,
it's real. Like it appears so early, as in like the first maybe 10 or 15 minutes. It was like during the they had like a sort of like, it wasn't like a march thing, but there was like a whole crowd of people, and like like when they shot up that one guy at the beginning, that was awkwardly smooth, and I was like, why am I looking at this man dying?
Like, you can see every like bullet hit him, and like the body reacting to it. That's like one of the coolest like scenes for me, because you're literally watching a dude get shot.
Yeah.
And it's insane, and it's like, and you can feel it.
I want to kind of compare it and contrast it to when we watched Castlevania. Remember how we saw like the vampires tear them apart a little bit like that?
Yeah,
it kind of had something similar to that, but Akira, it made it feel a little more real, because obviously we know Castlevania was obviously just to show like the weakness of humans towards like the ferocity of like a vampire attacking you, right? But this like had impact. There was like a lot of things here that just felt right, but also felt wrong because you enjoyed it so much. You're like, I love that this guy's dying. But
they used the violence as a means to set the tone. Which there's
no
other way they could.
No, one of the best parts of animation through this entire thing are through the motorcycles, because there's such it's so stylistically perfect for this, and it plays off of the speed and the smoothness, and kind of you can say that driving is like an art like per se. You know, you can say it like that, and
yeah, for
through
sure.
that you can kind of see the what is it called? Like the serene part of, you know, weaving through and doing all these things, and especially during some of the parts where they like hit other guys off and you see them rolling and you're like, oh shoot.
Yeah, a lot
I
of the
felt
impacts.
that.
Yeah.
A lot of the impacts during this movie is insane. And then let me so I want to talk about the voice acting next.
So we all
'Cause-
watched the dub, I'm assuming, then, if we're talking about voice acting right now.
No, well, I watched the sub, but I have also watched the dub before.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
not a huge detriment. But so what do you guys think about the dub? Because a lot of people don't like, they prefer the sub
I've got
over
one-
the
I've
dub.
got
I know
one.
you go first.
Canada!
It's even better in Japanese.
Tetsuo!
It's really good in Japanese.
Yeah.
I you know what, I enjoyed it. You know, it's not
Yeah.
as you know, it's not what you're used to, but you know, it for some reason it fit. You know,
It ain't
Yeah.
no Chris Sabat.
yeah, it's no yelling Saiyans, it's no sinking pirates, it's no Konosuba. I couldn't make a joke about that one. Sorry.
What?
Aqua sucks
But
too
it felt timeless, at least in my opinion. I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
it felt right.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, that goes along with like the animation, I'd say, to a point, because all this when they've like basically perfected hand animation, that along with very solid voice acting, it can feel like that. Like you can, like I'd say that for stuff like, I guess you could say like Cowboy Bebop. Ugh, that is timeless. That dub especially is timeless. Absolutely.
Cowboy Bebop is a legend.
Cowboy Bebop is a legend. We're gonna watch that eventually, but not now.
We promise. It's one of those ones like Akira where it's one that's going to be recommended to us. We're going to have to get out of the way one way or another.
I'll put it
But
on my list.
No, I'll put it on your list.
Oh,
Oh,
I have more to talk about the dub.
go for it.
So,
Canada.
again, it goes with the whole appreciating it with its historical value.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull a Vine Sauce code out on you, and I swear I'm going to bring it all around, okay?
Okay.
There's always some shit in the meat. No matter what, there's some shit in the meat. In this, the shit works in its favor in terms of the dub, because it's just so deliciously cheesy. It's perfect. It just is like butter on top of it, just making this whole meal a masterpiece.
I get it. So it's
so
the butter on
goofy.
top of your meal that you took a diet that day, and there's butter, and you know you shouldn't have it, but you want it, and you eat it, and you feel good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I
Oh,
get
yeah.
you. I understand.
Yeah.
You have awoken
Well, I mean,
my eyes.
there's always shit in the meat. Is like
Aye, aye, aye,
anytime you
aye.
eat a piece of meat, just because it was a living animal at one point, there's a little bit of shit in it.
What do you mean? I
somewhere.
trust the FDA to clean it all up.
Maybe we shouldn't trust tinfoil hat, but there's always some shit in the meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a snake
Somewhere.
in my boot.
But
Yeah.
they're not always
I-
as lucky as Akira
yeah.
where it works in its favor.
Akira's real. I do like the dub. I prefer the sub because that's just what I watched first.
What
a lot
an
of the
elitist. I'm kidding.
no, a lot of my tastes come from what I watched first. Like I can't watch stuff like Naruto
And you can't watch it dubbed?
dubbed. I can't watch it subbed. I watched it for
Okay.
dubbed
If you
first.
if you said you can watch it dubbed, I was first gonna roast you, then I'm like, yeah, Naruto does sound like a grandma sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
so
like
does Goku.
that's the same thing with like Dragon Ball. Exactly. Like I can't watch it subbed. I'm not watching super subbed because I just can't deal with that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It feels
it's meant-
wrong. It feels sacrilegious
I can
to a
explain it
point
to you. I can explain
watch
it to you. It's because that is meant to hit the American market demographic. It's specifically
Yar, har.
targeted towards us who grew up in the United States, whereas in Japan, Goku's voice sounds different because it's just a different culture. It just, for whatever reason,
Strong
I don't
muscle man.
understand. It works for them. Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing with Akira here. Is a
Yeet.
like, yeah, I like it this way. I like it.
Just like Cardi
Yeah.
B. She like it like that.
Hey, windows down, chilling the radio on. That wasn't Cardi B. That was a different
See, I
song.
was like,
But anyway,
Chuck,
I don't know
no,
anything about
I know
Cardi B.
it wasn't. No, don't worry, we're hip. And then let's talk. I want to talk about the OST as well.
Oh,
'Cause that was.
It's so weird.
It's a really interesting sound that I love.
Anytime it chanted, I was
Yeah.
in for it. I don't know what they were chanting, mind you, but I was in.
You were like, yes, this is the point where I enjoy.
And there's a lot of things now that like after that I've been watching a lot of things. They've all had a lot of chants, and I'm just like, what's going on here?
There's one specifically where it's the voice and the organ going done,
Yes.
done. That one cracks me up because it sounds like, in my head, this is the story I developed. It's
okay.
the producer is like, okay, make this song go like da da.
You got
and
it,
the
boss.
composer's like, yeah, the
You
composer's
got
like,
it,
all right, boss. And he just takes that sample and just does it. And he's like, there you go. And the producer's like, I love it.
Is that my voice?
Believe it?
Yeah, exactly.
I made it into the movie, guys.
Exactly. That's what it felt like.
He sits down in the theater with his kids and he's like, "That's me. I'm the dog guy.
Look, Gary, there I am. There I am.
Look, there I am, Gary. Look."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, amazing! I'm accepting your headcanon.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
like
just
it.
so weird that,
The
especially
OST
with my love for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, where it's just so weird. I just love it. Okay, I'm done talking.
Because
Now I remember where the chants came from. I was like, why have I been watching a lot of things with chants? They chanted in the Broly movie.
no, it's because Pino's a cultist.
I like grass and beans in my bean grass soup.
Huh?
There's spider webs in those beans.
Oh no! You saved my joke. Thank you.
Don't worry. But they used a combination of like traditional Japanese music mixed with like 80s synthwave.
Oh yeah.
Which is
It's so
'cause
perfect. It's so good.
because I
It's
can
so
also say
surreal.
to a point because it is about 40 years after that explosion in the beginning, so that traditional sense of music could stick around without developing much, while a new set of like synth or wave whatever, and those two could combine. And I like to think that would be why this music is the way that it is.
It's like Splatoon. Same sort of thing there with how they have traditional Japanese
dancing, bro.
scales and with like heavy electronic.
That was real good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna listen,
I'm a
back
squid.
to this episode like many times for that voice clip.
Don't tell nobody.
It's a secret for you listeners.
Yeah, but it's the OST I really enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
It's not something that I'll listen to on its own.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's within the context of the story and the anime.
perfect.
It is wonderful.
what was that? Remember we had like that ranking system about like if it's a jam
Oh, what's
or
Garb? Garb,
Garb,
what
what
was
was
that
that
Don't
again?
Eat Me
Like-
song?
It was like
Wait,
jam ability.
Oh
excuse
yeah, it's the abilities. It's the
ability.
jam ability, whistle ability, and memorability.
It's just
Can this be the
memorability.
cult ability?
Sure.
Guys,
I made the scale. I can say sure.
He says
There's
sure.
Yeah,
no
you're right.
rules.
I didn't make it. It's whatever. But since there's no OP or ED, which is happens
there's
when
an
it's a
ending.
movie,
Or ED,
There's, like,
ending song.
quote unquote an ED. It's called Kaneda by Gino Yamashiro Gumi.
Sure. Bless you.
Thank you. That's my joke, though.
Got him.
I can't believe you. I'm gonna listen to it real quick live on
not
the
during
air.
the show.
I'm gonna listen. It was like when I listened to Simple Plan while we were talking about it.
Oh, then I'm gonna
You're
listen to
something
Bowling
else.
for Soup.
Yeah, it's just the traditional drums and wood. Like the wood sound just a
That's still
Yeah.
that's still a banger. Well,
It is a banger. That's probably the most memorable part, or like most memorable song for me.
I actually
Because
forgot,
it just
forgot it was drums. I thought some girl sang it. Then I realized it was the movie we watched last season. Anyways.
and then there's chanting. But anyway, and also the ED's literally just credits. But so let's just jump into the most convoluted
Hey, wait a second. I didn't make fun of their faces yet.
plot. Well, then make fun of
Their
them.
faces look like chipmunks.
Yeah, their
Guys,
faces.
I'm gonna pull back the curtains real quick.
No,
I kind of
stop.
wanted to make that joke, and you said it before we started recording. I'm like, you gotta make it into, and he's like, I'm gonna fit this in very organically, so it won't sound any different.
I wasn't there for that. I was making tea.
No,
I
he
know,
was
I know.
no, but
Little did Chuck
so
know
that
I
was
never planned to make it organically.
that was organic. I'm doing air quotes if you can
That was
tell
as
by
fresh
my
and
Oh, I
vegan
can feel the
as you
wind.
can possibly make a joke.
yeah. Anyway, the plot is kind of
Wait, no one's gonna comment on the fact that they still look like chipmunks?
Well, I agree.
No,
I said,
that's
yeah,
just
they
how their
kinda do.
faces are.
I just kind of chalked it up to like a stylistic
Yeah.
choice and just continued.
The only problem I actually really had was that, like, take away their hair, take away their body,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same face most of the time. Minus those little kids who are kids.
Oh, I can actually tell you why those kids look like stupid kids.
Okay, please
Oh,
tell
okay,
us.
but please
Is
tell
it going to
me.
be that there's
No,
some
so I'm gonna.
cybernetic
This is
turtle from the future?
I'm gonna fit it into the plot, so don't worry about it. So, opening shot, Japan, 1988. There's a big old explosion that was caused by Akira. That was they were doing tests on him, and then his psychic powers just went, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we're not gonna do this no more." So then they hit him away,
Okay.
and he's gone.
Go to
So
your room,
it's-
Akira.
So it's the
So
Earthbound
some-
universe. Got it.
Kind of. And then and technically it made World War III. They talk about that in the manga way more. Anyway,
He's not going to be in
we go
World
to
War
we go to 2019, Neo Tokyo. Everyone's
III. Neo Yokio?
hating their life. Nope, not Neo Yokio. So 2019, there's a bunch of shit. There's a very large class divide between the rich people and the wicked poor people.
Damn, they're wicked poor. They're not just poor, they're wicked poor.
They're have you seen these people?
What do you mean? He
Anyway.
owns a bike. Well, that one owns
No,
a bike.
he stole a bike.
That's debatable. I call it
He stole it.
taking
He
back
said
what's
he
rightfully
stole it.
ours.
Okay, Robin Hood, chill out.
Okay.
So
Communist
we meet
Robin
Kaneda.
Hood.
So we
I'm
meet
wearing
Kaneda, who's our quote unquote main character, but not really. He leads a gang called the Capsules. The Capsules are the drugs that everyone takes. So that's, and in the manga they pop pills, but they don't show it in this.
Pop pills? What
do you mean
is that
they
the same
don't
thing as
show it in
popping
this?
mollies?
No, the guys, like the gang members.
Oh, yeah.
They
don't
can't
show
pop
them
pills.
That's-
They're kids.
Well, that's why they have the pill on their back. That's the name of their gang, the Capsules. So
Capsule Corp. I knew
plot. They're chilling, and then the clowns, their rival gang, they're like, okay, let's
it.
fight them.
Clowns.
So that's their name.
I know it's their name. It makes me giggle.
Just
You
look at the
fucking
clown.
read a manga where one of the main pirates is a clown.
Just look
What
at
do
the
you mean?
clown.
Anyway,
And he makes me giggle. What's the problem? I can't laugh at a clown. Are you
no,
serious?
you're not allowed.
What's the problem? I can't laugh at a clown, he says.
Anyway, so they fight, and then during all this, there's the dude. He got shot. He was running with a child who's all wrinkly and old looking. So then the child runs, and then he's in the street for some reason. The guys drive into him, and then they're like, "Whoa, who is this?" And then they get
Ew,
he gets
he's
and then Tetsuo, who's one of the gang members, gets hit by like the dude's psychic power or whatever, and then he gets brought into
the government's.
the government along with the wrinkly old boy. The rest of them though just get arrested, and then they're like, okay, you're free to go, I guess. Go back to school. And in the correctional facility, there's a girl named Kai. I don't know.
Hey!
Kay, I guess. And they're like, oh,
Don't
she
you
was with
dare,
us. And
Garb.
she's like, yeah, don't say it.
Don't you?
Don't.
Don't you make me say please.
I'm gonna say the
Oh,
KH
baby.
word.
No. Don't.
Garb, we have to keep this simple and clean, okay? It's the way that you're making me feel. This night.
Don't stop it. Stop talking. So
When
they get out
you-
of I know. I knew you were gonna say that. So.
We got it.
It's already it's so convoluted. Just let me get through this very quickly. So they all get out, go back to school, and they're like, "Where the heck's Tetsuo? Tetsuo's in the government, and his brain's hurting." And then he's like, "Okay, I'm escape." So then he escape. And then they're like, "Just kidding, you're no escape no more." So then they give him drugs.
Why are you giving him such an interesting accent, Chuck?
That wasn't an accent. That was me.
Okay, that
That was my natural accent.
Okay.
That's how I speak. You've been through 31 episodes of me. Wouldn't you know?
I mean,
I know.
I don't know.
Pino.
Sounded.
Pino.
Okay, I'll give you a pass.
I know it's just an AI.
Give you the gangsta pass.
Don't.
God, dang, I laughed like that again.
I can't believe Pino's not a gangster.
Y'all knew that. I'm sorry. Okay, continue. Go ahead.
Oh, good.
Well, okay, let's pause the recording. Wait, pause? The yellow one? Or not the middle one, the blue one. The blue pause button. Okay, the one that says pause. Okay, stop.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in Audacity.
Pino, I'm going to slit your throat.
I'm kidding. Jeez, I'm kidding.
Okay, I'll just jump back right in. Wait, my tabs were closed where I was cheating.
I was gonna ask you what we were talking about anyways before we cut out. No, I don't remember what we were talking about. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, hey guys, I didn't see you there. Sorry for the little technical difficulties. My computer shit itself.
We get to play that song.
Well, yeah, you were singing during it. Don't you remember?
When you walk
That's not the one. My computer's gonna crash again. You don't know.
Bum bum bum.
Okay, so we're gonna hop right back into the plot because that's what I was talking about. His brain was hurting. Tetsuo's brain was hurting. He left the hospital. He met up with his gang, and then because his girlfriend was like stolen, and then she was abused, and then he was like, "I'm gonna beat up these boys." So then he did, and then the cops were like, "Who are you?" And then they're like, "Oh, you're the brain boy." So then they took him back, and then Kaneda now is in cohorts with Kei. They're trying to get to Akira, which is the child man.
Where's mother?
And during all this, the
I'm not crying.
Shikishima is the general, and in the middle of all this,
Nappa.
you're not wrong. In the middle of all this, he's trying to just like keep everything under wraps and good, and then. As you do. You know? And then we meet the children. Now, these children are special because they have psychic powers. And, what is it called? Their psychic powers, the reason why they're still children is because by the drugs that they are given to keep their psychic powers intact, they don't age. So that's why they're still old people. But just
that's
children.
Odd, but okay.
Yeah, and so that's why...
Weird flex,
but okay. And so that's why Tetsuo's brain was going insane whenever he was, like, not on pills. That's why he was like, "Oh, my brain!"
Oh, and so if he were to take those pills, he'd just look like an old person. Well,
he would stay the same age. He would just grow old from there. And that's why during the part when he was, like, in the stadium... The cop or the general's like, "I have your medicine," and he's like, "I don't want your medicine."
Can't you see I'm talking to my girl?
Exactly. So
no wait.
Then once Tetsuo breaks out the second time, after Kaneda and Kei find him and all the children, he breaks out, and then
he's pretty good at breaking out.
Yeah, and then there's a government coup, where Shikishima's like, okay, this is my country now. So then he did that, and then they're like, let's go attack this boy. In the middle of all this, there's a bunch of riots, and people are like, Akira's here to save us by killing us. And then finally, after a fight with Kei, Tetsuo finds Akira, but he's just in test tubes because he was experimented on because he's a crazy psychic boy. And then Kaneda and Tetsuo fight, and then there's a laser from the sky because that's what they were trying to kill him with. Then they missed him, and then he went up into space, killed the thing in space, came back down, went to the freaking place, the stadium, and then he's like, oof, ouch, owie, my arm. and then he's like, hello, my girlfriend, and she's like, oof, ouch, and then.
Wait a second. What movie did you watch?
And then Shigishima's like, I have your medicine. And he's like, I don't want your medicine. And then his arm's a robot, and then it becomes flesh. And we're like, oof, why is this like this? And then it
messed up.
And then it becomes more flesh. And then he's like, I'm going to eat my girlfriend now. And then
you missed the important part. Kaneda!
Oh yeah, that's right. They scream at each other, and the crazy people are there, or not the crazy people. The children are there with psychic powers to summon Akira. They don't really talk about that except for like one line, and then Tetsuo doesn't have control over his body anymore, and he's like, "Oh no!" And then he kills his girlfriend. And he's like, "I can feel her pain." And then after that.
You can't have my bike.
And then Shikishima gets killed as well, which I was kind of sad. I liked him.
Wait,
he did. He absolutely died.
Nappa did not
die. He definitely died.
They teleported him to the underground to the bridge.
Yeah, where he then promptly died.
Oh, by the explosion.
Akira.
I don't know. I just made that up.
Shikishima.
I'm pretty sure he survived. Maybe not after the big blast, but he survived the initial not being vored by Akira, by Tetsuo. He didn't get slurred.
I explained to someone what vor is the other day.
Don't. Whoa. Does it not say that he's dead? No, he definitely died. No. Does it not? He didn't die?
Does
it not say
from
deceased
what I saw, he didn't die.
Wiki page?
His wiki page is very lacking. Okay, Akira, get better. Anyway,
if you think he's dead, send us.
He might be dead. Might not. No one knows.
Maybe it's up to interpretation.
And then Akira comes with the same ball of light that you've seen before, and then he takes away the dead man, Tetsuo, and then the baby human
kids.
teleports kind of out of the way, and then everyone's saved. But it's kind of somber because fucking
it's sober.
They weren't drinking or eating drugs.
Yeah, it's because they're underage.
Bitches are dead already.
No, don't say that. And so then everything's okay, I guess, and that's and that's it. That's the entire story of Akira, told very badly with several errors.
So
that didn't make any sense.
Pino and I
still
are gonna say this anyway.
Yeah,
and you're not gonna stop us.
Yeah.
Is the Final Fantasy VII plot literally just Akira?
Probably.
It feels
is
like
that what it
the
is?
exact
Probably.
same thing.
Yeah, it felt like both Final Fantasy VII and Advent Children because there was 3 little kids.
It's almost like
and then they summoned.
Almost like Akira's influential.
Yeah,
it's almost
I
like
can feel it. I can feel its influence.
Could give a rat's butt.
And like, whenever What's His Nuts was having the I say that all the time, but I guess I've never said it on the podcast.
You might have said it. It just gets me every time.
The flashbacks. The Akira flashbacks.
It reminded me of Cloud having his identity crisis in the live stream
Joke's on
and
you.
everything.
Identity theft is not a joke.
Millions of Japanese people suffer every year.
So, yeah, it's really confusing, mostly because Akira was being produced in the middle of the manga being made. The manga actually finished in 1990, 2 years after the movie premiered. And so it basically, the plot is basically, the opening act is the first half of the first volume of the manga.
Okay.
The second and then a middle third section where they're like just trying to fit anything they can in to make it, and then a resolution, the second half of the 6th volume. So it's a lot of stuff that was missed, and that's why it's so confusing.
It really felt just not.
Yeah, the middle act was definitely rough. The first act was like pretty good to follow. Once they hit the second act, though, not great. The third act was just trying to bring everything together.
It's a little. Trigun.
Hey, remember all this I threw at you?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's a little like Trigun, where I was like, oh, I expected just a crazy romp through Japanese cyberpunk town.
Japanese town.
So Japan, a romp through Japan.
No, I said a Japanese cyberpunk.
Yeah, well, like it's not, and I don't think it's really fair to compare Trigun in this. I don't see like the really.
I just mean
the real
in terms
comparison.
Of it gets crazy.
It
does get crazy, and
it's not what I expected. That's
fucking
the
Tetsuo becomes like a gross baby human, and I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't like that.
I didn't.
I'm sure it's
it wasn't a good option for me to be. I was eating at the time, and I was just like,
I'm sure it's actually
Tetsuo
some
boy,
beautiful, wonderfully written piece of like, what's the word?
Yeah,
symbolism.
It gets less confusing every time you watch it, but it's still difficult to follow.
Yeah.
And I chalk that up just as a fault of just when it was being made, and also it would have been better, albeit the animation wouldn't have been as good, within like an anime of like a 26 episode anime.
Yeah.
But
I would like to see it in a long form.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
so like
it.
it was kind of. I kind of wanted to talk
all the
about
reboots and stuff.
yeah.
It's possible.
It's true.
I think it's too untouchable at this point. Like it's such a high valued piece of media that it would do a disservice to so many people, and they wouldn't like it no matter what it would do. You know?
I don't know.
I would love to see it remade, but I think no one would want to step up to do that.
Well, don't say the word like remade. I would say more of a reimagining.
It's just I don't know. I just don't think that it could definitely work. I just think a studio doesn't want to have the job.
Big risk.
It's a huge risk because Akira's like acclaimed. Like you guys hadn't even watched it, but like you knew about it.
Yeah.
You knew. And like that sort of like legacy, it's so difficult to do something that is so highly regarded and so influential in anime and try and do it again. So I don't know. It's just something that I don't know.
It was good. It did good.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I thought you guys were going to say you didn't like it because you were kind of hinting at that.
There's flaws. There's absolutely flaws. I enjoyed it, but there's definitely flaws that you can't say, because a lot of people flaunt this and say like this is the best like sci-fi anime movie ever produced, which I don't know if that's true. I haven't watched enough sci-fi anime movies to really put a kind of marker on that.
Yeah, to say definitively.
Yeah, I just don't think there has to be something, maybe not animation wise, maybe not culturally wise, but like overall, I think there's better quality anime that you can watch.
Could you TLDR that for me real quick? I was paying attention, I promise.
Don't worry about it.
No, I want to know.
No, we're just saying that it would be cool to see it in a long form anime format, but it's such a huge risk, especially with it having the legacy that it does. No studio would want to do that because it's such a huge risk, and people could pan it just because it's not the same.
I mean,
even if they do the manga better.
To be fair, that's. I feel like anything that can be done better should be done. in my opinion.
Well, like me too. Like it's all agreement in this place, but no company would want to.
I'll draw
Sheerly
it.
because
I bet someone would.
no.
I'm gonna do it in
like,
stick figures.
As of right now, it's just sheerly too big of a task and too risky of a task for like a small animation company could just put them under. And getting the rights for Akira too, I would think would be
I
massive
didn't even
to
think
get.
about that.
Yeah.
But it's good though. I enjoyed it. What else? Oh, quickly before I forget, there's a really good video by Super Eye Patch Wolf that I used for some of our from some of my talking points just because it's such a well researched video.
And you said for
it's called
us-
Impact of Akira,
You
the film that changed everything.
You said for us to not watch that video until after we watched the movie.
Yes.
I still have not seen the video.
There's a couple points that I said in the podcast that's covered through there and deeper wise. So if you want a deeper view into Akira, because obviously we forget a lot of stuff. We're wrong on a lot of things.
Yeah, that's not
so
our
this
goal,
is a very
to be informative.
This is a very well researched video, scripted. So and also we're not informative. So. No, absolutely not. Anything else we want to talk about the story?
No, I'm about out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything to talk about.
I can't think. Oh no.
I can't think. I can't breathe.
You ain't got no brain.
Oh.
I ain't got no toes.
Ugh. Wait. Oh.
Oh. Hey guys, you know what this means?
No.
No.
I don't either. That's
When we
what I
talk
was
about
asking.
the characters?
Oh yeah, you're right. So the characters.
You were supposed to run with it. No. Okay.
No, we actually do need to talk about the characters
Yeah.
really quickly.
Yeah.
I completely
There was
goofed it.
Akira.
So there's no. Well, yes, there was Akira. Akira was a fucking spine most of the time.
Well, he was, at first I thought he was a computer chip, and then I saw he was test tubes, and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
chip. Jeez. I mean, I was
Oof.
fine with chips.
Yeah, I know, right? So first we got Kaneda, who's I guess you could say the main character.
Yeah, it's me, Kaneda.
Who's actually voiced in English by Johnny Young
Yeah.
Buck, who did everything. Who's done everything. He did Jirarara because he's Izaya.
It's so weird. It's not so weird. It's kind of a weird. It's like a testament to how,
and he's Vash Trigun. He's Johnny from Space Dandy season 2.
Just
I don't know.
the resume on this boy.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of big stuff under
It's
his
no
belt.
joke.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
The fact that
and
he
that's-
sounds like this makes my day.
But also, because he was also Jonathan Joestar from the JoJo family.
No way.
No,
No, JoJo dub.
You're
Get it
poisoning
out.
my father.
Get it out.
I have to prove it. Anyway, Kaneda was a good character, I
I
guess.
like Kaneda.
You could follow.
He's a bad boy.
He's likable. He's a bad boy. You can't kill him.
You can't kill me.
Next is Kay. She was okay.
Kay,
like it's since it's a movie setting, it's so much harder to analyze characters well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and well, think about it this way, boys. This is the funky anime
Okay.
podcast, not the funky manga podcast. If we wanted to accurately judge the entire legacy of Akira, we wouldn't be saying like, "Oh, Kay was useless in this movie," which she was just basically
she
like
was.
a cog, in my opinion. But if
she
we were
was-
revealing
she
the
was
entire
essentially-
thing, she probably had a lot more development.
Yeah, no. Well, there's like a lot. Like the priestess lady who was being carried by people.
That was a
It
lady?
was like a
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot.
That
of
was a lady.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, she's super important in the manga
I
apparently.
kept thinking
so,
Kaori was and Kay were both boys until I heard their voice and I was like, oh, wait, what?
That.
No,
I mean, everybody
but-
has the
so,
same haircut too now.
Yeah.
You're not
Very
wrong.
80s.
So Kay was a fun character, I guess. She was good.
Kay. I mean, I enjoyed when she was Kay. I didn't enjoy when she was being like
Possessed.
possessed by someone.
Yeah, it happens.
Like, I don't know if it was just me, but I noticed anytime she was possessed, she had like the kind of purple like eyeshadow. Was that
Yeah.
I correct on
I
that?
think yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because when that happened, I'm like, wow, she's like really, she's on fleek, fellas.
Yeah,
she's got her makeup
she's
ready.
on fleek, dude. She's ready to go.
She's in jail. She don't give no F's.
She don't care. Yeah, she wakes up, does her makeup every morning. So
she
what?
wakes up like this. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy.
No, yeah, you're not crazy. We had Shikishima, who was the general dude. I liked him a lot, actually.
I hate the media.
He does. He looks like Nappa, and it makes me giggle.
It does. I actually loved. He was probably one of my favorite characters. He felt like
he's
he had a lot of
absolutely-
development.
I like
in my opinion.
when he was like, "Listen, I'm a soldier. I don't make the rules. I just
Yeah.
follow them."
Yeah. Until I decide to take over the government, then I make the rules.
Yeah. Let's see. We also had Tetsuo.
Yep.
Tetsuo.
He became a gross boy at the end.
Oh,
He was kind of a brat. He was a brat for sure.
Tetsuo.
Kaneda.
Is that on Marco Polo?
There was
Clover lost.
Kaori. Shut up. Get inside me.
no.
Oh.
Kazuma. Yes, I'm Kazuma.
Yes, I'm Kazuma. We have like Akira. He's just
He sure is.
I don't know if he counts as a character. He's just a spinal
Yeah,
cord.
it's Genova.
And then there's
the
just
three
like
kids?
then there's the
Yo, at first I thought the kid in the Yoda chair. I thought he was like he
Yeah.
was gonna be the villain, but
he was the
Yeah.
villain
Yeah.
because you thought he was.
Yeah.
he was wearing a nice suit. He was with the government. He's like,
He wanted to be dapper for the occasion. Damn it!
you had to come back with us.
Whenever
kinda
we
like
whenever
Porky.
we have our first live show, I'm gonna wear a suit.
I
so
thought you were
will
gonna
think-
come in with
well,
the Yoda chair. You're too big for the Yoda chair.
floating in a Yoda chair. Oh my god.
Tall I am.
Yeah, and then there's just other characters. I really don't think anyone else is super important.
Yeah.
Okay. I just
No, you're
I
good.
literally
You're good.
cannot.
I can't
I
really
cannot
talk about
give
it anymore.
accurate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because there's no.
There's
it's
no
so
sub-
hard
Just
to
take
do,
too
especially in the
long.
movies. Anyway, gamers, welcome to the 13th. Nope. Restart. Welcome to the 31st edition. Nope. Welcome to the 32nd edition of Who's the Best Grill, the part of the podcast where each contestant puts forward their choice of best grill. The episode and two got out for the title of Best Grill. Today, our contestants are once again our Pino, Garb, and myself. Who are you each advocating for?
Garb, you first.
I get to pick. I pick Kaori.
I picked the motorcycle.
I picked the barkeeper.
Of course, Pino picks the motorcycle. Not even surprised.
What?
Guys, the music's still playing.
Oh. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
What was okay? Who wants to talk about their grill first?
I don't know.
Okay, that was the show.
Wow. Good episode, boys.
You can go,
Good work.
Garb.
All right. Listen, I'll be real with you.
Let you get the chance. I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't think Garb understood it, but Chuck did.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
You'll listen back to it. Okay, so the motorcycle, okay, guys? It's on the poster. It's red. Matches with my boy Kaneda. I mean, who doesn't want to be... Who doesn't want to be ridden on? Am I right?
Oh my.
Am I right, gamers?
Oh no.
It's the main point of the entire movie. Tetsuo wanted the motorcycle. Kaneda wanted the motorcycle. That's why motorcycle's the best grill. Okay, I'm done.
You know, it's good. I'm hard pressed to argue with you there.
Oh my! I'm
I didn't
crying
ex-
actual tears.
I didn't expect this to be as funny as
Garb, you
To be honest with you, the only reason I picked Kaori is because she's cute.
Did you feel bad?
I like her outfits, and I like her hair.
Oh, yeah.
She's
I
dead.
I wasn't really too attached to any of the characters in this. They didn't really have a Kamina, you know.
Nappa was the only one I cared
Yeah.
about.
I
He was
cared
pretty
about
good.
Kamina.
I liked him.
Anyway,
None
I
of us
chose the
picked
barkeeper.
Napa.
No, he was gonna be mine, but then I thought about the barkeeper because he's great. So obviously, he helps everyone out because he's selling them illegal drugs. But don't tell nobody.
Just don't tell.
He has a jukebox in his house. He has a jukebox in his place, and I love music.
That explains it.
And then on the second time, he recognized Tetsuo, and he's like, "Yo, I thought you were sick. Are you all good? Everyone's been talking about you."
good,
And he
fam
just seemed
squad?
like a bro.
Yeah.
He just seemed like genuinely concerned, and I'm like,
He's just
I
a
like
lad.
He didn't die, did he? He died.
he died. He got killed by Tetsuo.
He's dead.
F.
Did we all pick dead people?
Probably.
I mean, the motorcycle sort of survived.
No, the motorcycle got blued up.
F.
Dude, I can't believe it. If it was green, All right, you can kill me now. You can take my
This
juices.
is the last episode.
And this is the last episode. But I do want a special honorable mention to Nappa because he is the best character in the show,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
the best girl.
it
He
happens.
was again.
And
He's the only
he's
one
really
I can
fun.
remember. The only one I cared
Right?
about. He's the only one that just felt right. He fit
Yeah.
in with his time.
Yeah, he had a killer mustache too.
Vegeta,
Vegeta,
I'm a ghost.
Vegeta,
God, Nappa, what?
Nappa, go home. I hate you.
Vegeta, I can't go home.
Vegeta.
You're my new home. Time to sing Billy Joel's "You're My Home." Sung by me, Nappa.
Okay.
When I look into you. What's wrong, Vegeta?
Nappa. Anyway, if you want to email us,
Please.
You want to hear Nappa sing?
if you want to hear Pino be Nappa and sing Billy Joel's
You're my home.
smash hit, You're My Home, please email us at 3weebros at gmail. Nope, that's incorrect. It's funkyanimePodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is funkyanimePodcast@gmail.com. And you can also tweet at us at 3weebros on Twitter,
You can just search
THREEBROS.
Funky Anime Podcast and we'll show up on Twitter.
Or sub to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/3weebros, where you actually get some pretty sick deals like being our Patreon.
Dude.
half the deals for twice the
Hey,
price.
dude, twice the pride, double the fun.
Price of Pride, triple the nipple. But patreon.com/3weebros, you can get a bunch of cool stuff like be part of our Patreon, talk to us directly, and if you sub to some of our higher tiers, you can either A, pick one of the best grills for the episode, and which is pretty tight.
Yeah,
And the second one,
well,
you can give us an episode. That's
true.
Pick an episode.
we'll even roast you when you pick a best grill.
Yeah.
Tell you why you're wrong.
Incorrect. Anyway.
Wait, what?
And so you can get cool little stuff. So anyway, Patreon's really cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Do we have any other miscellaneous stuff you guys want to talk about before
No,
we
I got
close
all
the
my
doors?
thoughts out.
I don't think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Be gone, thought.
Be gone!
We can keep this a little shorty boy, shorter than the usual. I liked it.
Well, it is
Yeah,
a
I
shorty
like this.
movie.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty long movie. It's like 2 hours, 30
It was
minutes.
2 hours.
Yeah, that's-
It was 2
Yeah.
hours and 4 minutes.
Oh.
4 minutes, very important.
We're watching Lawrence of Arabia. That's like 3 hours.
Guys, we're gonna watch Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh. Yo, I'd be
music-
lit, dude. Don't get me started.
Dude, I will fucking sing all those songs.
No,
Guys.
no, Prince of Egypt or bust, dude.
I don't know, man.
What?
Technicolor-
Prince of Egypt
Technicolor
is way
Dreamcoat?
better than Joseph. Come on.
Nah, Joseph's dope though, and also I'm talking about the musical, not the DreamWorks
No,
animated
we're
classic.
an anime podcast. It's animation.
Nah, but Joseph over Prince of Egypt. Anyway, it was a fun
If you
time.
want to tell him why he's wrong, send us an email.
Please, I'm very lonely.
I'm sending you an email.
I know, please don't send
You
me an
are
email.
wrong, Chuck, because I said so. I love you.
I love you too.
I never hit send.
Okay, so who wants to give their rating first?
You can go first, Garb.
I can.
Stupid.
I can give mine first if you guys don't want to.
3.85.
Wow.
3.85?
No other point
Yep.
to it?
Point
Okay.
2.
Ah!
No, we're not. I stopped typing in after 5. You're not doing this again.
You're not allowed.
I thought we left that bullshit literally on episode 3.
Ah!
It's Pino. Pino's gone. I'm gonna call Pino. Well, I have that number to make that ring.
All right, I'm here. It's nobody.
Okay.
Hey, Pino.
Oh, is it my
Yeah.
turn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3.1.
Oh, see, that's better than I expected.
Yo, what? Do you think I was gonna give it a 1?
No,
Okay.
I thought you would give it like a 2 point something.
So,
But
you know-
I can see.
My reasoning, I'll keep it short. Despite the fact that the plot is confusing as all heck, and despite the fact that I had to think about this entire thing for a good 2 weeks before we,
Right.
I had to let it
Yeah.
sink, because at the end of my watch, I was very much upset. I was like, what did I watch? Why is this so highly regarded? Yada yada yada, etc., etc., etc. But when I really sat down and thought about it, animations, backgrounds, all that, wonderful. Faces,
Some is greater than the.
A little bit of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
yeah,
you know what happened.
not even Alvin. It was more Theodore, but
It was more Theodore.
yeah, it was
This
more
movie
Theodore than
is-
Alvin. You know, there's a difference.
Guys,
Yeah.
wait, time out.
Oh, wait it.
If we were the
I knew it!
Chipmunks, who would we be?
You stop this right now. Well, I'm wearing glasses, so, but I'm not the tallest either, so I'm Theodore.
Yeah.
All I was gonna say.
Alvin!
I think you'd be Alvin, Chuck.
I'd probably be Alvin because I'm a piece of shit.
And I don't remember who the tall one is, so you're the tall one, Garb.
What?
You don't from the Chipmunks.
No.
There's Theodore, there's Alvin, and the other guy I don't know about.
It's Alvin.
And Roosevelt.
Alvin.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, Theodore and Roosevelt.
Teddy.
Bobby. I don't remember the
I'm looking it up right now. I have no idea.
no
Names. Alvin and Chipmunks names. Theodore, Alvin, and Simon. Simon.
Pronounced Simone.
Simone.
You can't call him that. Stop.
I know everyone's waiting for my wonderful
Oh, I was gonna add on to Pino's.
rating.
Okay.
Go
I was
add
gonna
on to
say
it then.
that the whole is definitely greater than the sum of its parts in this movie. Just to add on to what you were
What do you
saying
watch holes?
before you
Yeah.
memed about Alvin and
Yeah.
the Chipmunks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I want fan art of that.
No.
Just straight up.
No.
I
Yes.
don't want to be furred.
I want. That's our persona.
I don't even know the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I at least want to be a rabbit.
Oh, I love Easter. That holiday really keeps me hopping.
That really keeps me hopping.
Come on, Peter. Hey, I thought we said no first name.
You could continue. Sorry.
What do you mean? We're waiting for your rating.
No, that
Garb
was it.
saying
I just said that
stuff.
the whole is
am I
greater than the
stupid?
sum of its parts.
What's up, gamers? I rated a
Alright.
3.9
Wow.
because it's
You both discussed
Episode over.
it's like the plot's very
that's part
convoluted.
of
The
the
characters
fun.
are all over the place, but like influentially, artistically, and
Oh, yeah.
thematically are phenomenal.
I just
Like,
wish they were done
you
a little
can't-
better. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, you know.
I'm
it
looking
happens.
only at the movie.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
I'm looking only at.
Movies.
Wait, I can't do that.
I mean, there were movies in
But
this
yeah, I
movie.
can.
Underage though. Don't talk about
I
that.
didn't know that. I didn't know that part.
What? They go to high
I don't
school.
know. I don't know what it is in this cyberpunk utopia.
This is the police. Chuck, you are under arrest.
Whoop, whoop. This is under the police. Whoop, whoop.
What is going on?
Guys, this has been the Funky Anime Podcast. The person who finished writing but he's a really bad author. He threw away his draft of his third novel. Well, that's Garb.
What are you doing?
Really didn't
No,
like
that's
that.
the best draft.
The editor for that author who happens to be a motorcycle. Well, that's Pino.
Bring me Spider-Man.
What?
Oh wait, that's the wrong editor.
And the jukebox, which now got past What's New Pussycat, but is now just playing
The LA Noir
playing?
theme song.
That's what I called Christmas.
I'm playing That's What I Call Music 69, because that did just release.
We really live in a day and age where that is a thing.
Wow.
Where
Just
society
wait till.
goes.
Actually, don't. Never mind. I didn't say
Guys,
anything.
Guys, don't you love all my songs from this album, like Don't Stop the Music by Rihanna
Please don't stop the music. Okay, what else?
and Rockstar
Hey
by
now.
Nickelback?
Wait a second.
But wait, that
16 cars, if you all just want to be a big rock star.
The song's from, like,
living in
2000.
Rock, dropping 15 cars. Yeah,
I mean, it's what they call music.
it was released in 2008.
why is that on the list?
Well, so that it fits time wise. Anyway, this has been Funky Anime Podcast. What are we watching next week?
What are
Pino,
you
it's
watching
yours.
next week?
It's you.
What? What are we watching
Yes.
next week? Hold on, let me.
I don't. You tell me.
Let me consult my character finder.
Character Finder. The Big Boss Man himself.
Oh,
God, I wish.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Hello, it is me, Shizuo. We are going back.
Russian sushi.
We are going back to Russian sushi. We're watching Durarara 2! Exclamation
Hi.
points.
It's me, the leader of the Dolls.
Oh my goodness.
And it's me.
Oh my
Isaiah.
goodness.
Isaiah. Man, it's your
I wanna
boy.
be real.
Yeah.
I missed
I'm
Durarara. I'm kind of excited for this.
Hey, get ready
Right?
for new characters. Get ready for that.
Dead characters.
That's about it. Yeah, have fun.
I'm just gonna listen to the freaking
Yeah.
do rah rah rah
It's so good.
first opening again and again.
Yeah. All right.
I
Till
love
next
it.
time.
Anyway, cool boys.
We'll see you on the next Angry Joe.
Angry
No,
JoJo.
that's not what we're called.
Mm.
Hey guys, this is the Funky Anime Podcast. Make sure to tell your mom that you love her because she really misses you.
That's great.
Make sure to stay fapping. Bye bye. Funky Anime Podcast is a program made by Upchucked, Garbalax, and Pino Plane. You can find Upchucked as Upchucked on YouTube or Upchucked Gaming on Twitter. You can find Garbalax with Garbalax on Twitch, or you can find him Garbalax on Twitter. You can find Pino Plane on Twitter, Pino Plane 2, and you can find the Funky Anime Podcast itself on Twitter at A-Weebros. And you can find us on YouTube, 3Weebros, or just look up Funky Anime Podcast. You'll find us anywhere. It is edited and produced by Garbalax and Upchuck. Moral support by Pino Plan. And I want to just thank you all for listening. You can rate us on iTunes. Anything like that is wonderful. And you can email us at funkyanimepodcast@gmail.com. Thank you.